Hey guys, I'm Oxy, and today we're gonna talk about more PvP stuff with my friend Cyan.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey Cyan, now I know about you for a really long time, watching your
hmm
channel for a long time, but recently you start to get really popular. So I bring you here because I have a couple of questions for you and I really want some answers from you. Now we
Yeah,
can
no
start
problem.
with
Ask.
those if you want.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to just go ahead and ask him away?
Okay, man. So my first question is, who are you and what are you doing the most in this game?
Alright, well, my PSN is Saiyan Stacks, and my previous PSN that I used to play on back in the days was KOS Crew, but I actively PvP like almost every day, and of course do some farming for materials that I need, but mostly PvP.
So yeah, that's why I bring here because you are a really good PvP fighters and that's basically the whole idea of this video to talk about more PvP in this game and make it even more popular. So my next
Right.
question is for you, what kind of character do you use? Can you tell us more about your PvP character?
Right, so this one that I'm on right now, speaking to you guys with, is my AC130 build, my heavy. I've been a heavy main for a very long time, since Bloody Meta way back when, and it's probably my favorite build. And I do have a commando. It's a lower level. It doesn't have a jetpack. Because this is my alt account, because my main was banned, so I had lost a lot of my stuff for like my Secret Service jetpack and stuff. But I do have a commando that I like to mess around with. But for now, it's just a mule sitting around, and I'm maining my heavy at the moment.
So yeah, basically you're on AC130 exactly like Scott and like other people in this game because that build is pretty much the meta. Now I already made a
Right.
video about that talking with Scott, but even in that video Scott was saying that you are the best AC130. So this is why I bring you here. Okay,
right.
let's go to the next question, which is really important for us. When did you start making PvP and why?
Oof, well, the first video I released was about 6 months ago, and that's how very how long I've been PvPing. But back then, I used to run around with like a Gatling laser and a regular Gatling plasma with flamers, random stuff. It wasn't super crazy. It wasn't good at all when I first started off. Started off with handmaids and Teslas way back when, and I started PvPing because I just came across a few people, and they attacked me and I attacked back, and started wanting to get to learn about PvP, and I started to get some interest into it. So started to PvP and make videos on it.
You still remember who are those people?
Yeah, a few people like my friend Under Illusions. Many of you know this, but I used to be friends with a Pop and Smoke or Elon X Man a long time ago. We're not friends anymore. He doesn't really play this game much anymore in general, but he probably got me into PvP because I met him like around White Springs and around there. So
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons that people are starting to do PvP. First, because they are bored, or they get to the point where basically they have everything that they can have, and there is not much left to do in the game. That's why I
right.
start to do PvP because it's just not much left to do, to be honest.
hmm I feel that 100%. I was
Yeah.
like that as well. I used to be a big PvE foodie, and I had a bunch of legacies and did every like all the events and etc.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with PvE, so but when you want to
No,
start to
not at
do
all.
PvP, it's you really need to make another character for it. There is no way that is gonna be working both of them PvE and PvP on one character.
Right.
Okay, let's go to the next question, which is really important since you are very well known in the community and you're doing PvP every day. What do you think about the quality of PvP in this game? Because, okay, there is a lot of complaints about the PvP in this game. We did get
Of course.
survival, which was a
hmm
fail. It did have some problems, but it was fun. We did get nuclear winter, which is just too much loading screen, and you can die in two
Yep.
minutes. So I really want to talk about you tell me about your opinion on the quality in adventure mode PvP. What do
Adventure
you
mode
think about it?
PvP. Oh, I'd love to do adventure mode PvP. I can say that after the previous patch with the nerf with the bloodies and junkies, I can say it's not as good because back then you were able to run like commandos and heavies, and they used to be on the same level. But right now it's all mainly heavies, and I don't mind it because it's my favorite build, and it's good to see other power armor builds that I can compete against. But like, it's still good, but not as good as it once was. So I can say.
So there is in one way that nerf that we got did help also the PvP community to just, because before then you used to one shot people, but now
Mhm.
people are much more resistant. So in a way that nerfing it was also good for us. No?
Yeah, it's really good, but for most people it would be really a good adjustment. But some people like these higher tier PvPers, they tend to spam more, so it's really hard to kill people that spam sometimes. So it can get a
Exactly
little
like you.
difficult. I do spam. I'm probably one of the bigger spammers, but not the biggest. There's people that spam a lot more than I do.
Exactly. That's the aid consumption in this build is pretty high, but you kind of need it to run it. So
Yeah,
yeah. So the
100%.
quality is really depends. Okay, let's go to the next question with you. What other characters do you use for PvP, or do you still use them?
Right. So, like I said before, my heavy is the main. Commando I used to use a lot more pre-nerf. I had a power armor commando that I used to run around with, and it was such a blast running around with the commando and using the laser. I don't use him anymore. He's a mule now, but it definitely was really fun running with the commando and heavy side to side.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Commander is really failing against the AC130. Like how I'm looking at this thing, it's still like, you know, if they're using ultra seed cores, in the Gatling gun, they have 350 shots, right, in one
Hmm.
mag. And maybe if I use a Junkie's Tesla to, max my damage as highest as I can, I'm gonna have 15 still in the mag. So there's a big gap between those.
Right. Back then you were still able to kill with just a 15 clip Tesla, but now you're even with infinite, it's still very hard to kill someone.
Exactly. That's the even with back then when was the quad faster fire Tesla the most desirable one in PvP. Because at the time people didn't
Yeah,
know
the
how
quad
to
one.
tank so much energy damage.
Hmm. Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of super stems and quantums that were available back then either, so
Yeah, people didn't
healing was
use
a lot harder.
aid as much and didn't use super steams and things like that they can buff your max HP or AP and things like this. Just they just use the stim pack and that's it.
Yeah, that's all. That's all people had. That and or healing salves was also
Yeah,
used
yeah.
pretty often.
I remember the healing cell. It was pretty popular for a while. Just it was basically like quantums. You could just use the stim pack button to spam it.
Right.
I
Still
was
pretty good.
Yeah, I was wondering why people was looking for it and I just noticed, oh, this thing doesn't use any stim pack animation. That's why.
Hmm. It's really good for handmade fights.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go to the next question. So, since AC130 is so popular on PS4, you are the first AC130 on PS4?
I was not. There was plenty of people PvPing a lot longer than I have. You know, months before I started PvPing. When I came into the PvP scene, there's a few heavy gunners rocking gap plazas with a jetpack and a PA, so I can't say I wasn't the first. And there's the first people I knew that used AC130 were like Nightlord, Merc, uh, King Caesar, a few of those guys
Oh yeah, I
were probably
remember.
the
I
first
know
guys,
those. The King
first
Caesar
AC130s.
used to run back in the day with Carlitos.
Yeah, Neo Carlitos was pretty prominent back then in the bloody days as well.
Yeah, I know him. I used to team up with him to do PvP. It's one of my good old PvP friend.
Yeah, good people.
Yeah, let's go to the next question. What weapons, armor do you use and why?
So, since I'm AC130, I run with the TSC Gap Plus. It's just a 2-star, but it is, gets the job done. And my
TSC?
backup is Executioners. Yep, TSC.
Hmm. Okay, explain us why TSC and Executioner, because everybody's running
So,
junkies or blooded. I'm curious about
right.
this.
The Junkies got hit way too hard with the nerf, and just it still does pretty decent damage to a lot of the most PvPers. The mid tier, low tier, you're definitely gonna um, have a easier time fighting them, but towards the higher tier PvP, JE is like starts not doing its job, and we started using the TSC. You run triple Formula P with it, and explosive bobblehead, and it just has a really high DPS, so it can really cut through quantums.
You have
Uh,
much more
it hits
shots
pretty
with
hard,
that
so
one, right? Since it's a two-shot
right.
one.
It really messes you up on the ground too, because all the extra splash damage.
Right. And the Executioner?
Yep, Executioners is probably I think the second best plasma in the game. That's why I run it as a backup, just in case my first breaks. It's pretty good because the effect of it was never nerfed, so it still does that extra 50%
Exactly.
damage when they're 40% or below. So it still hits pretty hard when you get them pretty low.
Now, I was saying about Executioner even a long time ago to my friends. One day it's gonna be actually extremely viable. People are so underrating the Executioner weapons that it's just crazy. Even an Executioner faster fire rate handmade is just so good, but people
Yep,
just
Executioners.
don't care about it.
Yeah, it's because it was been blocked by Junkies and Bloody, but not that it's gone. Those two metas are gone. It's opening up for other weapons.
Exactly. So about the armor, tell us about your armor choice.
All right, so my favorite armor choice and the easiest one to get is I run a full set of T51, and then I have a T65 chest piece, calibrated shocks on both my legs. The arms doesn't matter except for the jetpack arm. I do run a jetpack arm,
Yeah.
and then the chest piece I run. I'd say the best options is kinetic dynamo and medic pump are probably the best options for you.
Kinetic Dynamo. That's one if you take damage, refresh AP, right? And Magic Pump,
It's auto stim.
basically auto steam. But Magic Pump it's only working with normal steams from what I know.
Right.
So how do you feel
Yeah,
about
it's
that?
really good. If you run like max first aid and a medicine bobblehead, um, if you want to like, it's more of a tank. Medicine bobblehead, first aid, and those stems, those regular stems, kind of turn into supers almost. So
One day they're gonna fix it anyway to work also with super steams because it's just a bug. Like it used to be a bug that you can't pick up people with super steams.
right, once they do fix it with super stems, I'd say medic pump would probably be the best.
Yeah, probably. I use it on my heavy gunner character and I just really enjoy it that I don't need born survival anymore. There is no reset time for the medic pump. It just keeps
Right.
steaming you every time when your health is too low, so that's a really good thing.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Okay, well, let's go to the next question. Since you did say that you're a big spammer, we already know that from your videos. What aid do you use and why?
Alright, well, of course, I'm into the cola meta. Use quantums, cherries, sometimes grapes, sometimes oranges, depending if you can get a hold of a good amount. And super stems, of course. You can't go without super stems. They're really, really good for power armor, especially since there's not a animation. You can spam as much as you want. But those in combination are the best 8 item quantums and supers to run.
Yeah, Quantums from Isla Bear.
Yep. YSL Bear has the hookup.
Yeah, he's a
Has
legend.
129 million quantums still in his vendor. So if you don't need quantums, he still has 129 million.
Yeah, he's a legend. God bless his soul. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Now, I did see a new thing popping up lately in PvP, which I didn't see before. What's the thing about the cryolator lately in PvP?
Well, the reason why Crylators got so popular all of a sudden was because the previous patch, they changed the damage type on the cryos and the flamers. So the cryo does cryo damage and the flamer does flame damage. And since it's their own category for now, there is no resistance to either of the weapons, so the weapon just does full damage besides like dodgy and sentinels and whatever you're wearing. It does full damage, and the cryo also freezes, so it's more of a toxic weapon than the flamer, but they both do really good damage.
Right, so that's why they're using now the cryolator. I was wondering about that. What cryolator are you using?
TSE, TSE cryo,
Right, so I
probably
think I
one of
have
the
a
better
quad
ones, full health.
explosive.
Yep, quad and double would be the best. If you don't, because with our group we just make our cryos infinite, so
Yeah, I know.
we don't use quad.
There is still working. The mag glitch.
Mad glitching. Hmm.
Yeah, it's still working. That's one of the things that probably Bethesda never gonna fix because actually you could
They'd
say
have
that
to
is
recode.
making a
Hmm.
balance between Commando and AC130. If I can have 1,000, shots in my Tesla, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Definitely helps, but command is still below power armor, I think, in that regard.
Yeah, of course, but
Just the damage is too low.
at least we have that, I guess.
Yes, it is. It is an option,
Okay, now the most
definitely.
important question for you, which I did see it, okay, in your on your videos and things like this. Why does people hate you so much?
Yeah. I'd say most of my hate became early on in my PvP career, back when Bloodied was meta. Every power armor build, every commando was Bloodied, Nerd Rage, and I used to run around with an AAE Gatplaz, and I would um, beat a lot of the high tier PvPers. There used to be a clan called Prey. They were probably one of the best PvP groups on PS4, and I do really good against them. And a lot of people accuse me of stacking, so that's why we have stacks in the name. But we're accused of stacking, which is like cheating, stacking bobbleheads to get your gun to do a lot more damage. I'd say that's where I got a lot of my hate from, and making videos about it. And now I'd say it's just ESS and Sandman. People don't like me beating prominent figures in the PvP community, so I guess that's where all the hate stems from.
Yeah, that's one of the things that that is when people are getting beaten when they lose, they don't know how to take it sometimes. So that's one of the things that you
Hmm.
really need to look for if you want to start PvP in this game. It's not well balanced at all. There is a bunch of broken things about it. If one day they're gonna fix it, who knows when? It really depends how it's gonna be. Then probably everything is gonna change. But until then, when you die, just don't get angry on it and be like that. Sometimes
Hmm.
you lose, sometimes you win. This is how it's working.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Now there's the thing that I did see on your channel, and I did see to be this thing popular these days. What do you think about clan wars, fighting between clans? Because this is getting out of hand, right? I see
Right.
like ASS, I see Stagzy, I see what was the other one like the with the fire breathers? There is some guys with fire breather pre-names, RFD or something like that. There is AAA, there is TSF, there is TS, there is so many things lately, and they just fighting each other
Hmm.
now. What do you think about this?
I think having clans is it's a good idea. It helps smaller PvPers come in and um, find a group that can support each other and get better. And it's always good um, to have clans fight each other. I'd say just like PvP wise, to fight against one another. Not maybe like online beef and like saying sending hate to each other. That's a different thing. That goes a little too far out of hand. But as far as clans PvPing one another, it helps the PvP stay alive and keeps it going. So
Yeah, but these fights they never start, peacefully. From what I noticed, they never start like that. Hey, do you want to fight us? Okay, let's fight. And after everybody, it's okay, even if you lose or not. When this kind of fight is starting, it's always about hate.
yeah, I'd say the clan that it's only really hate is ESS because like TS and a few others, we fight them. We'll schedule fights and we'll fight each other. It's GGs, we win, we lose. But ESS is they're different because of Sandman and anyone that tries to fight them before would be called clout chasers. But we just PvP for fun. We'll fight anyone. We don't care who you are. But sometimes it just ends up that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things. Me, personally, I don't care which clan is fighting who. I don't care about
Right.
this. As long as both of them have fun, that's fine with me. I don't really want to say, okay, this one is a griefer, that one is a griefer, this one is cheating, that one is cheating. You know,
Mhm.
if you don't do, for me, how it's looking for me, if you don't do an a range fight, right? How it used to be popular back in the day, saying Fallout Dodge versus Crack and Daddy, right? One on one,
Right.
only handmaids, no glitching, no nothing, no spamming, no nothing. Now that's for me, it's an arranged fight when you decide which weapon are allowed, which weapon are not, what armor is allowed, and so on and so forth, right? But when it's
Right.
about to fight somebody random, right, in adventure, you can use whatever you want. I don't care. Quantums, Teslas, glitching, things like that. If it's not on a range fight, people shouldn't get upset. That's at least my opinion. But if you
No, I
don't
agree with
want
you.
that, just do on a range fight. Get some terms,
Mhm.
that both of them they're gonna respect, and it's simple as that.
No, 100%. I agree with that. And at the end of the day, it's all GG. So.
Exactly. At the end of the day, people are forgetting. It's just a game. Don't get angry on it. And yeah. Okay, let's go to the next question, which is gonna be also our last question for this
Alrighty.
podcast. And this is really important, especially for me. This question: who do you consider to be the best AC130 fighters? Now, I want you to give me a couple of names, you know,
Oh,
and I want you to really think about it, who you're gonna say, because I'm
100%.
really curious who you consider to be the best one, because people are saying that you are the best one, and I want to know who do you consider to be, you know, at your level.
Right. Um, yeah, like I said, we were talking before the podcast, and I said, right now in the current state of PvP, I can't say I'm probably not the best. But pre-nerf, I would say I was before I was. I don't think anyone could beat me back then, but now there's people like I'm not Juju, um, Night Lord, who's in Tunnel Stakes. Those are probably like the two top players. People like Neo Carlitos. He's also probably one of the better AC130 fighters. Probably say people around there are like the top three. I consider that are pretty good off the top of my head.
Yeah, Carlito is in the PvP community since I don't even know since a really really long time.
Hmm.
So yeah, I can understand. I know Juji, his name. I know him. I did see him
Hmm.
fighting, pretty good fighter. The other one, I'm not sure if I did see, but the other two I know them.
Yeah.
I think I did see them in your videos. You did have a 1v1 with Carlito.
Mhm.
which was pretty impressive from both of you.
Yeah,
It was
it's a
a
good
nice
fight.
fight. All
But
right,
yeah,
this is
those
it,
are top.
Cyan.
Well, thank you for having me, and it was pleasure answering all those questions. And I hope some people got to learn about PvP and learn more about me from this video.
Right, exactly. That's what we want to do to promote PvP in this game. And if something is gonna change in the future about the PvP, I'm gonna bring you back to talk more about it. Now, people can find you on YouTube, right? I'm gonna put your
Yep.
channel in the description.
TrueSaiyan on YouTube,
Uh,
and
Also your
I also have
Discord.
a yes, I also have a Discord. If anyone's interested in joining, it's a public Discord for anyone. We have Xbox players in there. We have PC players. We have people from ESS, Tono Snakes, Stacks, Wizlizard. All of them are in there. And once we get a good amount of more members, I'm going to be holding tournaments. We're going to have the first tournament's going to be a 2v2 cheese fight. So 2v2 gap plazas, Teslas, whatever you want to do. So those are going to be held pretty soon. If you guys are interested.
Right. Don't forget to make rules for those fights.
100%. Yep. We're going to have boundaries set up for each of the rules, and we'll kind of keep it kind of relaxed, but we'll get the rules right.
Good. That's good. That's what I might join if it's gonna be some good rules, and we'll see what is gonna be. So thank you that you came here and answering all these questions. That was really good. The best AC130 in Fallout 76 right now, guys. If this is gonna change, probably I'm gonna make a video with the next one who's gonna take your place. So
Who knew?
we'll see. Okay, thank you that you come here and do all this. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. No problem.
So guys, you can find his channel in the description. His Discord is gonna be also in the description. I'm also on that Discord, so if you want to contact me, I'm gonna be over there. Pretty much very active on his Discord. And obviously, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, press the like button, and see you guys in the next video.